Hello party people, today I'll be taking you on a tour of my most recent build, or most recent sizable build, Clearwater Keep. It's also my favorite build. It's first really original castle I've built. I didn't follow any tutorials for this, and I really like how it turned out, and like all the others, start at the bottom and work our way up. So, just for an idea, this is on an island off the coast, just of kind of the main continent. It's pretty close though, but it's mainly used to watch over the entrances to these like three rivers over here, and it's only reachable by boat. So here we've got this boat bringing in some supplies to replenish them. We've got a cart that would go through the gates, bring it in. We've also just kind of got storehouse outside. If there's too much stuff, they just keep it in here and then take it at a slower rate. This boat is modeled after real medieval boats, specifically river boats called the cog. They have mostly flat bottom, so it allows them to go through rivers easier. And they've got towers on the fore and aft, so they also have big military use. You can jump over the side onto another boat and attack them. Yeah, pretty cool. We got one sailing through the river over there. That's what the castle's meant for, protect trade. So then we go through the portcullis. Oh, hang on. Go through the portcullis and we're met with a pretty barren courtyard. This is built on coarse dirt, so nothing really grows here. Coarse dirt, gravel, and stone. We've just got an empty cart that's dropped off the supplies they're bringing in. So I really like the color palette I used here. This is mangrove stairs for the red, and then for the palette mostly it works its way up from grays to whites. Axiom helped a lot with that. That's the mod I was talking about in the last video. It's so very, very helpful. I can build this way easier. And I was experimenting with the flags to look more like flags. Kind of swaying in the wind. Those are the exact same, but it's kind of got like an endpoint now. You can see they're swept up, and then there's a big flag up there on the main keep. And then so we go through and we enter in this building, the guard shack. They've got nice fire, keep them warm. Then we go up here, and pretty cramped, just some beds for the guards to live in. And we go around the walls, so it's directly accessible, except on that side. But guards on the walls can move through there. And we go out here. And let's go into the main keep. This is what's named after, Clearwater Keep. So we're met directly in kind of reception room. Huge fire, just kind of sit down, talk with your buddies. Go through here, and we've got the feasting hall. Nice paintings everywhere. It seats a good amount of people. You can come here and feast if like the king's visiting or something. More tapestries all around the walls. It's got nice windows, gives a whole view of the ocean. Pretty sweet. Windows are huge part of this build, because who wouldn't want to see this view? And then this just gives you access to the walls. Not much to write home about there. And you can probably hear it now, there's bubbling. That is from the kitchen. So there's a mod amendments that allows for cauldrons to boil, and then you can put stuff in here. So this is actually, I think, a potion of healing in here, but it looks like a stew, so I put it in there. And they've just got a nice kitchen. The stoves are working hard. They got unclean pots and pans are at the side. And then there's just the main cellar. As opposed to all other cellars, pretty nice, completely walled in. They've got a lot of stuff to last them for a long time, because they fall under siege. There's no hope of resupply. And then come up the main staircase. And here we have the servants' quarters. They're just kind of packed in like sardines. They're not that important. There's kind of got visiting nobles' apartments. They can sleep here. Maybe knights sleep here as well. Yeah, they've got nice windows, good view. Then here we just have a small little chapel. In medieval castles, there wasn't that much of an emphasis on the riches of the chapel. It's kind of kneel down, pray. Pretty simple overall. And then, so that was the chapel. And then we go back up here. And here we have the Lord's Solar. This is best equivalent to like a modern day study, or maybe a living room. This is where the Lord of a castle would spend most of his time when not doing something important. So here he's like signing some papers. I started experimenting with these things called display entities. So I can just like summon items and display them, and they don't have any hitboxes, so they just permanently stay there. Yeah, it's chock full of books. Lord here is probably a pretty rich man. There's a sizable amount of books and all that paper. pretty intelligent, knows how to read and write. Then here we have the Lord's bedroom. Pretty simple, nice bed, nice, I forget what it's called, but like, you know, those stereotypical princess beds or whatever where the curtain overhangs, that's what that's modeled to be. And it's got floor-to-ceiling windows, gives a nice view of the whole bay, pretty nice. And wardrobes. And then we go up here, kind of into the attic area. There's nothing in here. But in here, I forget what it's called, it has a specific name, but this is a bathroom. You squat over the side and your business goes out through there. And that was the most common bathroom in medieval castles because there wasn't plumbing, so gravity would do most of the work. So here, I'll go outside and show you what it looks like from the outside. So a hole in the wall was better than most could ask for. So we go over the side. This is what it looks like on the outside. It blends pretty well with the wall. And then you look over. And I didn't add anything down here, but I could add something that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, this is Clearwater Keep, but there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and it's over here. You can see the name, Brothers of the Cruciform Sword. It's a pretty cool reference. So this was inspired by monasteries, real-life monasteries. So in lore, this was a monastery like 200 years ago, then it got abandoned during a schism in the church. So it's pretty nice, but if you come in here, it doesn't look much like a monastery. I mean, there's a cross in there. We've got some skulls. This is where the monks would have slept. Now it's where the brothers sleep. Pretty empty in here. But then we've got storeroom full of weapons and armor. So the Brothers of the Cruciform Sword are a religious military order in the lore that took over this abandoned monastery as their base of operations because a portal to hell opened, so now it's their duty as a religious order to go put a stop to it. So that's what all those weapons are for. I really like this build. Didn't take that long, but experimented with different textures for the walls. And down there you can see I was planning to make a village down there. And I started, but I wasn't happy with it, so now it's just kind of a couple fishing huts in an abandoned manor with a really fancy bridge. I might go ahead and either turn this bridge wooden or have it crumbling, because nobody would spend the money and material to upkeep a bridge that leads to 2 fishing huts. Yeah, so this was the monastery. I just got a great view of the whole area. I really like where I built it. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, that was Clearwater Keep and Brothers of the Cruciform Sword.